Welcome, friends, to Therapy Dog Minute, your weekly cup of comfort where wagging tails meet proven health benefits. I'm Gladys, broadcasting right from my coziest armchair, and I'm so glad you're here. Go ahead, settle in with a favorite cup of tea. Today I'll share 4 true stories of ordinary dogs doing extraordinary work, followed by bite-sized science, explaining why a few minutes with a good dog can lift our spirits, calm our hearts, and even sharpen our minds. Whether you grew up with farm collies or have never had a pet of your own, you'll find something to smile about. Let's begin. Buddy's Wednesday Waltz. Every Wednesday at Maple Grove Senior Apartments, a golden retriever named Buddy trots in like he owns the lobby, ears bouncing, tail carving lazy half-moons in the air. Margaret Chan, age 83, calls him the sunshine cart with fur. Buddy doesn't do tricks. He simply arrives. Margaret wheels her oxygen tank toward the common room, and Buddy slows to match her pace, nose brushing her knuckles. They stop beneath a sunlit window where foxgloves bloom. Margaret's fingers, stiff from arthritis, glide through Buddy's coat. She tells him he's a good lad, and for 10 gentle minutes the ticking of her portable concentrator is the only sound. Staff have clocked it. On Buddy days, Margaret's blood pressure cuff reads 10 points lower. But Margaret only notices that her shoulders drop, her laugh lines deepen, and the afternoon feels possible again. When Buddy's handler calls, "Time to go, pal," Margaret waves like she's seeing off a grandson. Buddy exits, head held high, mission accomplished. Quick science takeaway. What changed for Margaret? Petting a friendly dog for just 10 minutes has been shown to reduce the stress hormone cortisol by up to 30%, while boosting feel-good oxytocin and dopamine. Lower cortisol means steadier blood pressure, easier breathing, and, just like Margaret felt, a lighter mood. Molly and the Memory Garden. Over at Willow Creek Memory Care, a black and white Springer Spaniel named Molly pads down tiled halls to the garden room. Residents with dementia sit in a semicircle of rocking chairs, hands folded, eyes sometimes distant. Molly chooses softly, first stopping at Mr. Patel, who once bred roses. She nudges his palm with her snout. Slowly, Mr. Patel's hand rises, almost by muscle memory, to stroke her silky ears. He whispers, "Good dog," a phrase his daughter hasn't heard from him in weeks. Next, Molly's leash slackens toward Mrs. Alvarez, who has forgotten the day of the week but remembers her childhood pup, Pepita. "Pepita?" she asks, smiling wide. The staff let the moment breathe. For that minute, Mrs. Alvarez is firmly in 1949. Picnic blanket under an orange tree, Pepita racing in circles. As Molly makes her gentle rounds, a hush falls. Rocking chairs sway in unison, and a breeze carries the scent of lavender. The past and present weave together, stitch by tender stitch. Quick science takeaway. Light, repetitive petting stimulates pressure receptors in the skin that signal the brain to release oxytocin, the connection hormone. In dementia care, even brief boosts of oxytocin can spark flashes of recognition and language, giving families and staff precious islands of clarity to cherish. Charlie turns pages. On Saturday mornings, 9-year-old Beagle Mix Charlie sprawls on a quilt at the public library. Children line up with picture books, but our focus today is the grandparents who tag along. Mrs. Duncan, age 76, brings her grandson, Jaden. She's self-conscious about reading aloud. glasses fog, voice trembles. Charlie doesn't mind. As Jaden takes a break, Mrs. Duncan opens the Velveteen Rabbit. Charlie rests his chin on her slipper, brown eyes steady. Page by page, Mrs. Duncan's cadence evens out. When she stumbles on indispensable, Charlie's tail thumps. No judgment, only encouragement. By the final sentence, Mrs. Duncan's voice is clear. She looks up, cheeks pink, and says, "I read it all, Charlie." Jaden claps. Charlie sneezes approvingly. Later, Mrs. Duncan tells the librarian, "It felt like the dog absorbed my nerves." In a sense, he did. Quick science takeaway. Therapy dogs can lower not only the participant's heart rate, but the handlers and bystanders as well. Shared attention on a calm, non-judgmental companion fosters what psychologists call social facilitation, making tasks like public speaking or reading feel easier because anxiety signals dampen across the group. Max and the Midnight Walk. Finally, meet Max, a Labrador who works evenings at the Veterans Outreach Center. Frank Reynolds, 72, served overseas and carries memories that tighten his chest at night. Frank signs up for the Buddy Walk. At 11 p.m., corridor lights dim, and Max appears like a calm shadow, vest gleaming. Frank clips the leash, and they circle the courtyard. Crickets sing. Max's paws whisper. Frank matches his breathing to Max's slow strides. 4 counts in, 6 counts out. Halfway through, Frank confides, "I haven't slept through the night in years." Max pauses, looks up, and licks Frank's knuckles. Silent affirmation. After 3 weeks of buddy walks, Frank reports his nightmares have eased. He still wakes, but he can settle back down by picturing Max's steady gait under moonlight. "He's my metronome," Frank says, "keeping the tempo when the music in my head speeds up." Quick science takeaway. Structured interactions with trained dogs have been linked to reduced PTSD symptoms. One study found a 67% drop in self-reported night terrors among veterans after 4 weeks of nightly walks with therapy dogs. Rhythmic movement plus tactile contact reinforces parasympathetic activity, the body's natural brake pedal, guiding the nervous system from fight or flight into rest and digest. 4 dogs, 4 settings, 1 gentle truth. Connection heals. For Margaret, Molly's friends, Mrs. Duncan, and Frank, these animals bridged gaps no pill or polite conversation quite could. If you'd like to experience a therapy dog visit yourself, or volunteer your mellow canine companion, reach out to organizations like Pet Partners, St. John Ambulance Therapy Dog Program, or your local library's Pause to Read. They offer orientation sessions geared toward all mobility levels and will happily match you with the right team. Remember, you don't need an hour to feel better. Sometimes all it takes is a single fur-lined minute. Before you go, if these stories warmed your heart, please tap the like button. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you never miss a fresh episode of Therapy Dog Minute. Your support helps us share even more tail-wagging goodness with folks who need it most. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next week, may your heart stay open, your breathing easy, and may a friendly tail find its way to your lap. Good night.